best-selling author and entrepreneur, DReed. Get ready for insight, laughs, and conversation. It's about to be lit. Powered by I Can Rock Entertainment. Let's get it. It's that #1 worldwide podcast. Worldwide. It's going down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's up.
What was that? An exhibition of real emotional content. Try again.
Shout out to my man behind the cam. Hair can half amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Fontaine is in the building. Push that subscribe button and let everybody know that you are watching the #1 barbershop podcast, Cuts Convo and Coffee.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Let's get into it. It's your boy Topshelf D.reed. You are now tuned in to the #1 barbershop podcast, Cuts Convo and Coffee. Welcome to the show, man. Yeah, what's going on, man? Listen, if you just tuned in and you're watching me on YouTube, make sure you go ahead and push that subscribe button. There it is, right there. Boom. Push subscribe and let everybody know that you are watching Cuts Convo and Coffee. Like, share, and all the other stuff. If you're on the other social media sites, whatever you have to do, let everybody know you're watching the #1 barbershop podcast with your boy Topshelf D.reed. Man, we are in the building, man. Listen, man, no one can do it by themselves. And who would want to do it by themselves? I know I don't. That's why I got my man behind the cam. We call him half cam, half amazing. Mr. Tim Fontaine is in the building.
What up, DReed?
What's up, my bro? How you doing, man?
Good, man.
Yo, I feel good, bro.
Yeah.
I feel good. Another show.
I see your hype. Oh, it's the first of the month.
And it's the first. You know what that means?
You get to do one.
I get to do more. I get to go solo. I get to go solo, y'all. That's right. You know, I got a great show today, man. Listen, today the show is all about elevation. It's about high frequency. It's about high consciousness. Today I'm going to talk about my book, Mindset Go. But not the whole book, but might talk about a couple segments in there because I want to elevate you to the next level and help you be productive in this world and go after your dreams, man. That's what we're trying to do. Ain't that right, Half Cam?
Yes, sir.
I love that, man. I love this. Superman was my, that's my guy. You know what I mean? With the emblem and all that stuff, Hair Cam. I love it, man. I mean, you got a favorite superhero, anything like that?
I like Superman.
You like Superman, dude?
The son of our jailer.
Oh my God. You know what? You start in trouble because, like, with me, I like old school stuff. I like the history of stuff because we don't have that great like movies no more. That was Superman 2, just so you know. Don't act like you know what I mean. And look, before the show, y'all, I actually do a pre-show right on Facebook, and everybody get to come on live and ask questions and do stuff. And I kind of enlighten them, but I don't let them watch the whole show because why? We want you to come back on YouTube. You know what I mean? So I was saying a quote from a movie. I was like, every great superhero need a theme movie, and I was like, where movie that come from? Did you know, Hair Cam? Because somebody did answer it right though. Shane Word. Boy named Shane Word come over there.
What hero needs a theme
He
music?
said every superhero needs a theme music.
It sounds
familiar,
funny.
Right? Half Cam, you know movies. You know. I know you know what this is. I know
I'm going to get you something.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. We should just have the prices right. Come on, Half Cam. Come on. The winner. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a historian when it comes to movies and stuff like that. I like quotes. I know a lot about music and all that stuff. And anyway, man, I just love those type of nostalgic moments. You know what I mean? And you said the son of our jail. That's Lieutenant Zod.
Son of our jailer.
Yo, he got some lines. If you ever watched, we're showing our age here. Hold on, are we allowed to do that?
It's classic.
Let's show our age. He says something. It's just so many lines that he said on that movie. But one of them, he said, "Why would you say that to me? Why would you speak to me that way when you know I would kill you for you? When you know I would kill you for it." She said, and then the little kid came up to him or something like that, and she said, "Sir," and the lady in the back said, "He's the general." He's the general. You know what I mean? You know, they used to call me the general, too. They still do. You know what I mean? Anyway, listen, man, you are tuned in to Cuts Convo and Coffee. We want to thank you guys for tuning in, man. Of course, we're going to have our segments. Of course, we're going to have the hots. Of course, we're going to have Out of Pocket. Of course, we're going to have Ask DReed. Hair Cam, we got the whole show. It's kind of like a hybrid. It's not really a podcast. I can't call it a podcast no more. I'm trying, Cuts Convo and Coffee podcast show. I mean, we worldwide right now, Yes, and just so you know, me and Hair Cam will be out of town soon. You know what I mean? So we're gonna tell you about that. We'll tell you about that a little later. But today we wanted y'all to sit back and learn some stuff. I'm gonna educate you on a few things. We're gonna have some fun because I'm gonna bring up a couple things, and we're gonna talk about elevating you to the next level. We're gonna talk about you being productive and how you're gonna get that bag. That's what you gotta say that first, right? How you gonna get that bag and how you going to live your life, dreams, freedom, and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, we all after the same thing. You know, we can talk about differences all day and that just keep us separated, but it's what we have in common that brings us together. And what we have in common is everybody wants a quality of life. You know, we can get into the color, the racism, we can get the classism, like hair cam. It's a lot of stuff that, you know, it's just like this whole world is trying to separate us. But if we keep harping on what's separated, it's going to keep us separated. You know what I mean? Or what our differences. That's what I want to say. If you're going to keep harping on the differences, then that's going to keep us separated. But it's what the things that we have in common that keeps us together. And one thing is that we all here and we trying to make it. Am I right, Hair Cam?
Yes, sir.
Hair Cam, how was your week? Was it good, man?
Great. I paid bills.
Oh, wow. You know what? Well, you know, it's first week of the month, right? That's what, you know, that's another system. We all do this at the, you know what I mean? And another system. We get off work Friday and we all trying to rush down to the beach in traffic jam. I mean, because we all part of a system that says you got to work 9 to 5 and get off at the same time. You got to go to lunch same time. So if you go to lunch same time, you do know that we all going to digest our food the same time. Everybody feel the same way. Everybody got the itis. Like, you don't.
Hold on.
Like, it's a whole system.
So is that the reason why the restrooms is there always a line?
Yes, because we all, you know what? That's why. Because we're part of a system. We don't even see that. I guess, Hair Cam. Are we going to get into that? Anyway, man. You know what I've been doing, Hair Cam? I started back running. You know what I mean? And the part of us talking about raising our consciousness and raising our frequency, health. We're going to talk about health, too. We're going to talk about, I mean, a little bit. I'm going to deep dive on a lot of stuff, but, you know, being healthy and stuff like that. I started running. I started back running, so I'm doing 3 miles a day. Every morning I'm doing 3 miles. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest. I don't want the dad bod. I know some of you ladies that's on Instagram talking about it and say, you know, the dad bod is just sexy. Not me. Not your boy. No. You know what I mean? Because, hey, I'm cool with, you know, I identify as 28. I know y'all said, D, you go lower in the numbers each and every time you say that. Like, you started at 30. You know, now I'm at 28. So next, anyway, so I started working out, which is cool. And real quick, did you watch the NBA playoffs? I watched the NBA playoffs this week.
Yes, sir.
I didn't watch all the games, but there's a NBA player that's really, really standing out. Like, he is showing signs of greatness and signs of other greatness that have came before him. Anthony Edwards. Oh my God, you watching Ant-Man? I don't like the fact they call him Ant-Man. Because it's Anthony and Ant-Man. It's just something that white people do. They give you Ant-Man. I'm going to tell you why. Because they already call somebody Ant-Man. And I can't think of who it is right now. Who else they call Ant-Man? It's someone else they call Ant-Man. His name probably Anthony too, of course. Anyway, I love this dude. This dude, it's like he's aggressive. He's really skillful. He knows the game. He's young. 22 years old. My God. 22.
What were you doing at 22?
Man, at 22, I was honestly... I was working in someone's barbershop. I was working in a barbershop, yeah. I had just got out the music. I was still in the music business just a little bit. I would cut hair and I would shoot up the studio in Philly. I was in Philly at Victory Studios. Larry Gold. So all my music fans that know Larry Gold was the guy who put all the strings on all the songs back in the day. Like, I mean, everybody's songs. Like, whoever you name, you know what I mean? You got to go to Victory Studios. But I was up there, and I was up there with Scott Storch too. How about that? Yes, I was up there with Scott Storch. Yeah, so Scott Storch, the Scott Storch. Yes, I used to be a writer and producer, still write and produce, you know, but not a lot of music, but more so books and stuff like that. However, I met Scott Storch when I was a young boy. I was around between 19 and 20. I probably worked with Scott about 2 or 3 years, man. And I used to sit at the keyboard with Scott, and Scott was like, "Derek, you got to write like this." He used to try to tell me how to write songs. I remember this like I was a kid. I remember like it's yesterday. He used to tell me that, you know, you learn to write songs on one chord. He said so, and he got it from Marvin Gaye. If you ever ran into Scott's story, ask him who taught him how to write, you know, who influenced him. He said you go on the keyboard and you make one chord and you make a song out of that one chord. So Scott Storch sitting right here. So we did a couple songs together, wrote some stuff, and then he ended up meeting Eve. And then next thing you know, we went to the L.A., Dr. Dre, and Scott, you still owe me $20 for some perfume that your ex-girlfriend was trying to sell. And I never got my cologne, or it was cologne. That's what it was, cologne. You know what I mean? And I remember like yesterday, but he was a cool dude, and half can real. And I just got some flashback stories. Just anything I tell you, take it to the bank. I told Scott Storch that Biggie got killed that night. So whatever the year that was, I was going to the studio. I remember like it was yesterday. We was outside of Sigma Sound Studios. Trust me, take whatever I say to the bank. Sigma Sound Studios, we were standing in the parking lot. We thought Scott had his keys. He didn't have the keys. We were waiting for somebody to open the door and let us in because Scott was their house producer and all that stuff. Scott, it ain't going to take too much time. I know you got to explain all this stuff. But anyway, so I was like, yo, I said, yo, Biggie got shot. Yeah, did he die? I said, I think so. The crazy part about it, I can't make this up. I was dreaming. You know how sometimes the radio's on and it infiltrates into your dream? That's how it was. And I woke up and thought it was a dream. You know what I mean? But lo and behold, it was a sad truth that Biggie had got shot that night. And I just had to go to the studio in Philly. Scott was in the parking lot. Me, my brother, Fred, and Scott, and maybe a couple other guys. I had to tell him that Biggie got shot. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah, that's some history, right? Anyway, so we worked in Sigma Sounds, and they own your master because they pay. They own your master because they pay for the studio time. You don't know that, but whoever pays for the studio time owns the master. So, yes, whoever pays for the studio time owns the master. So, anyway, with that being said, if you just tune in to Cuts Convo and Coffee, a lot of you is your first time tuning in. I need to tell you why I call it Cuts Convo and Coffee. Ain't that right here, Cam?
Yes, sir.
So you ready?
Let's do it.
Then let's go. This your boy Topshelf D.reed. Listen, man, I have been in the barber business for over 30 years, and hence cuts. That's where it comes from. And I decided to give up the clippers, and what I did was left the clippers at the shop, but I brought the conversations with us. So therefore, the cuts, the conversations of the great people such as you that have sat in my chair for over 30 years, man. Not just regular people of any walk of life. I'm talking about people who are like high class people, everyday people, always up to celebrities. Great conversations. So cuts, conversation that I brought with me, and then of course we call the coffee. Cuts Convo Coffee. Why do you call it coffee, D.reed? Because we are woke. Ain't that right, Ray? Yeah. That's right. We call it coffee because we are woke, and Ham Cam always know I love saying this, and not blind. That's right. We are woke and not blind. That's right. A lot of people proclaim to be woke, but they are blind. You can't just be woke, man. You gotta be able to stay. So it's your boy Top Shelf. That's why we call it Cuts Convo and Coffee. This is my idea, and hey, welcome to the barbershop. Yes. So again, yo, we got a good show before y'all today, man. I'm telling you, we got a lot going on. Hey, Cam, we didn't even get right into it, man. I want to, talk about a couple things and stuff like that. Before we even get into the hots, is that cool? Okay. A couple things. So listen, I am also an author, and I have wrote a book called Mindset Go. We talk about it in every show pretty much. Mindset Go, you're bigger than you know. You know what I mean? I thought about this book because I wanted to write something that's more enlightening. I wanted to help people, you know what I mean? The one thing when I was in the barber chair, it was more than a haircut to me. It was always more than just giving a service to a person. A lot of times my clients would come in and ask me everything. D, how do you do this? How do you do that? D, how do you stay focused? How do you stay motivated? How do you open up a business? Like, I heard everything from A to Z. So this segment I really want to call in this show, or this title of the show would be the Mindset Go mentality, how to elevate your life. And I know a lot of podcasts, a lot of people come on the podcast and they talk about a lot of different things. And you may talk about some stuff that you feel like, nah, we don't want to hear that, or we want to be caught up in the gossip, because how is it helping you? How are you being able to get something from this show that's tangible that you can use in your everyday life? Because again, I said in the beginning of the show, we all are here, we all are trying to make it. Sometimes we just have, little ways of how to get to where we need to be. So I did, so I wrote a book, and, just to give you a kind of little format, a little blueprint on how to get there. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be successful. And I was just like that. I went from the projects, and I like to say from the projects to progress. And one thing about me, I just wanted to win. Didn't have a lot of role models, honestly, but I had a lot of people that I just didn't want to be like, because going up in the projects, you see a lot of people that's getting in trouble, going to jail, stuff like that. I just knew I didn't want to go to jail. I just knew I didn't want to be on the streets. You know what I mean? Hey, Cam, I wasn't about that life. You know what I mean? So at that point, I just felt like, you know what? I just wanted to win. So I ended up going through a series of changes in my life where I ended up started writing and doing a lot of stuff, and I ended up coming up with this book, Mindset Go. So we're going to get into that a little bit more, and I also want to give a shout out to my sponsors, because we always have an intro. Before I even go too far, Abundance Child, by the way of Drop Squad. I want to make sure that I give up for Abundance Child, who has been sponsoring the show ever since we have started. That's right, because they gave me something called Heal Thyself Tea. Have Cam introduced me to it. Abundance Child is a wonderful lady who actually is really into nutrition and herbals and all that stuff, because let me be honest, me, I used to be the coffee drinker every morning and all that stuff, but when you introduced to me a tea that's kind of like coffee, that has a healthy aspect to it, you changed my life, man. Now, if you haven't been watching the show for the last couple of weeks, we have a lot of people that's been on the show that's been life-changing situation, and she was one of them where she brought food on here. Oh my gosh, so natural food. She changed my life by having the macaroni and cheese. That was awesome. She had a salad that was awesome. You know what I mean? And let me tell you something, man. When you're changing over, your body will go through some changes, and she was honest about that. So thank you, Abundance Child. Our intro sponsored by you, Heal Thyself Tea. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. And also, I'll be remiss if I don't mention the other people that came on here. We had Jared Wright, who came on here for the culture. That was dope. Fred Reed Music was dope. You know what I mean? That was pretty dope. And who kicked it off? My boy, KD. Kenny Duncan.
Kenny Duncan.
Yo, ever since we had the show, and that boy, look, shout out to Kenny again, because Kenny, you busy. I know, like, man, you always on Kenny. No, man, Kenny is my dog for real before all this. You know what I mean? But ever since we had done the show, this guy has been busy. Like, I'm talking about, he must have had a lot of, he's been flying out here, he's there. Man, he's just rocking out, man. So, we're grateful. We're grateful, Kenny. Listen, Kenny, we're grateful that you came on the show and took some time out of your busy schedule to come on the show, as well as all the other artists and the people that came by to support Cuts Convo And Coffee. Man, we thank y'all, man. But without further ado, it's about 39 after an hour. Have Cam, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Hots, man. That's right, man. Listen, if you've been watching the show for the last couple of weeks, you already know that I cannot do the Hots without having these on. These are my favorite glasses, and they brought to you by Blender. Blender is my favorite glasses, and I cannot do the Hots without having them on. So I hope you'll like them, man. And they come in different flavors. I don't even say different styles. They come in different flavors. The gold ones, they're all black on black at night. You know what I mean?
Hold on, DReed. The gold ones.
The gold ones. You see them?
That's the Deion Sanders.
The Deion Sanders one. There. And you know what? That's kind of triggered. Ooh. Yeah, you know, you already know. But they're my favorite, though. So, shout out to Blender, man. Don't blend in, blend out, man. It's one of my favorite pair of glasses that I had. And you can tell because I got a lot of them up here to take my choice of what I want. I wear sunglasses all the time. You remember that song? I wear my... See, I don't even... sunglasses at night. You know, I don't know I forget the other words. But anyway, you know, you're walking somewhere and everybody looking at you like, why you got sunglasses on in this building? Because I don't want you to know that I see you looking at me. That's why.
Because your future is bright.
And my future, come on, Have Cam, come on, man. You know what I mean? That's right, because your future is bright. My future is bright. And I'm going to tell you, I walk in a room, in the mall. That's not that I'm just trying to be cool. You'll be surprised at how many people are looking at you, and you don't even realize it until you put some sunglasses on. You're like, man. And you can see their facial expression, because in some weird way, they don't think you see them. Pay attention. When you got sunglasses, just walk into the room and with them on, and watch how many people look at you, and you're like, damn, you know what I mean? Anyway, Blender, thank you so much, man. I thank you because it's my favorite glasses, you know what I mean? So put us on, Blender. Anyway, so let's get to the Hots here, Cam. Is that all right with you?
Let's do it.
Yo, so first up on the Hots, man, the roast of Tom Brady. Did you see that?
I didn't get a chance to see it.
Well, let me run it down. Let me run it down to you, my brother. So, yo, this is the hot. So we're gonna talk about the national stuff, international stuff, and everything y'all talk about on social media. Social media was on fire because Netflix has dropped one of the greatest roasts that I ever seen. It was one of the greatest, most incredible, cringing disasters that I ever seen in my life. So yes. Like, I know you roast people, and I know the concept of roast. It's like you grab someone great. You know, that's the good thing. That's the iron. That's the great part, the silver lining, that if you're being roasted, it's because you're great. And they roasted Tom Brady. And when I say that they didn't hold back, this is the first roast where I seen the greatness person that's being honored walk up to the post and say, don't say that shit no more. Yo, Tom Brady went up there and said to Jeff Ross, so he said something that, which I didn't understand that.
Jeff Ross?
Is it Jeff Ross, right?
Yeah, he's like the master roaster.
Well, yeah, and he wasn't the host. Kevin, you know, we're gonna get to Kevin Hart. We'll get to Kevin Hart. So anyway, but he up there said some things, and Kevin Hart introduced him. So he's like a co-host a little bit, you know, to a certain extent. But he was saying everything outlandish, and then Tom Brady had to get out of his seat and say, "Yo, don't do that." You know what I mean? Don't say that. Yeah, but I'm like, y'all bringing up his wife, his ex-wife, his kids, and everything else. Nothing else off limits, but you don't talk about Kraft. He said something that has something to do with Roger Kraft. Isn't it Roger Kraft, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it has something to do with him. So he came up there and you know, and kind of like killed that. He's like, no, we're gonna stop that. So that was number one. Kevin Hart, man. For those who've been watching the show or have been in one of my barbershops for the past couple of years, every time the name Kevin Hart come up when it comes out a comedian, I don't give him his applause. I was like, oh, no, he's not that funny to me. I was him. I was that guy. He's not that funny, man. If he ever come into the shop, and we have ranking in dozens, whatever you want to call, I will bust his ass. If he ever come in the shop, he's going to get it. But let me tell you something, man. I had to go ahead on Kevin Hart's post and say, brother, you won me over. When I say he was funny, Kevin Hart was funnier than I ever saw him before, where he won me over, Half Cam. You feel me? He won me over, man, where I was like, you know what? Not only that was he funny, but he came off as a teacher and the student of the game. You know how someone, you know, he's famous. He's like he is probably the biggest, or if not one of the biggest comedians in the world. You know what I mean? But he was enjoying the show as if he was a person that was, you know, just watching in the audience, man. And I mean, he gave people their props. He was funny. I mean, everybody was coming up, man, was the most intelligent. And you know me, if a lot of people don't know that I do a little stand up, you know what I mean? People don't know that I can get on that stage and rock that thing, you know what I mean? You already know. So I admire the show. I admire watching it, and just seeing this whole ensemble of great people that's coming up to honor him, but clever enough to say some things that was just, oh my God. Like, I don't even know if all black people can do a roast. I don't think, you know, they had a mixture, they had a couple black people there. Randy Moss, you know, yeah, Randy Moss there. Oh, wow. Yeah, somebody got to say, give it up for a 0-time Super Bowl ring winner, Randy Moss. Oh, wow. 0-time winner. So when I say they didn't, listen, the gloves was off. Like, gloves was off. It was a bloodbath up in there. Like, I seen many roasts. I didn't see any roasts with Donald Trump. Justin Bieber was kind of roast. Flavor Flav. Like, when we involved, we still know that it's certain things that, okay, don't cross that line. Not this roast. Not this. There was a girl on there, and I never even heard of her. Nikki Glaser. Oh my God. Did you Nikki must have wrote her stuff all night or for weeks, and it was so tailor-made. It was so clever. It was genius. Everything she said was genius, man. From the time she got up there, Kevin Hart introduced her, and we don't spend a lot of time on this, but I'm just gonna tell you how the roast was good. But Kevin Hart got up there, and when he introduced her, she got up and said, "Give it up for 15 cents." From the gate. So anyway, man, if you get a chance, make sure you go on Netflix and check out the roast of Tom Brady before they take it off, because they already edited it already, you know, just so you know. They edited some stuff. Oh, so it was live? It was live. It was live. Wow. So I don't know if I do know one thing, that they booed Kim Kardashian when she said, yeah, she booed her for a little bit, you know what I mean? But she was still clever too. She got it out the way, you know what I mean? They booed her, but they did edit it out though. So if you watch it on Netflix, you won't even see that no more. They edited the boos out. You know what I mean? That's the art of editing. You know what I mean? And I'm sure Half Cam, you know about some editing. You was a master editor. You know how to, you know, anyway, Half Cam, half amazing. There you go. All right. Anyway. So anyway, if you got a chance, y'all, make sure you watch the roast, man, on Netflix. All right, it was pretty cool. Next up, I don't know if I'm getting tired of this, but Half Cam, we got to talk about it because it's going on. It's every week it's a new beef, it's something beef, it's a new song. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendrick Lamar and Drake is still beefing. Are they still beefing? Yes, they are still beefing. Why? I do not know. I don't even know where it started. I don't even know what started it. Do you know? I know they're making a lot of money. But they're making a lot of money. Someone hit me and said that some of the music on there is not copyrighted, but we can get the user tracks. Oh, really? Okay. We can put it on our stories and all that stuff. Anyway, but I've been listening to the songs, and I heard Drake's last one. They're both actually great artists. You know, let's keep it 100. They're all great artists. To each his own, which you think is one's a better lyricist than the other. I just know right now it's not even about lyrics too much. And any rapper that shows that he has lyrical talent, we gravitate to it because we don't hear a lot of great lyrical talent no more. We don't hear that no more. So I think Kendrick is coming off a little bit more lyrical. Would you say Half Cam coming off just a little bit more lyrical than a little bit more personal? And a little more personal, you know what I mean? Drake is still making songs too, where it sounds like a song. Now, don't get me wrong, the last one Kendrick had sounded like a good song too. They gonna play that at a party, cause I even heard NBA playing that going to a commercial, and I was like, okay, you know what I mean? He ain't like us, you know what I mean? But I heard him rocking that. But I think that Drake he's starting to sound a little hurt in his songs a little bit to me. I'm hearing something in the song that I ain't really heard. I can't put my finger on it. Like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I have to do it. I'm in this genre. I'm in the game, and that's what comes with rap. You know, this is no big thing. We make a big thing out of it, but this has been going on for years since you know, LL and them back in the day.
I don't
So-
know, DReed.
What hair care?
Drake is Mr. Consistency.
So I am a little worried. I am a little worried because I know what he can do. And everybody knows what he can do. He won't go away.
And he has a team of 50 writers.
Oh wow, Ham Cam. I don't know if that's good when it comes out to hip hop. I'm not against it. If you got someone write your song, I don't write the song. You know what I mean? Anyway, so the Drake beef. Who do y'all like? Now, all the comments, let me know who y'all like. You like Drake or Kendrick? I'm a Drake fan. If I'm driving here and I'm doing 4 or 5 hours and I'm straight going 95 south, I'm throwing on a few artists. Hate me if you want, but one of them definitely gonna be Drake. You know what I mean? Or Kelly. I'm letting you know right now. Say what you want. Say what you want. I don't care. My mind's telling me no. I'm pulling off with that. You hear me? And then I'm gonna listen to the Light It Up tour. That's gonna get me through. And you know, I like all the people that people are trying to cancel. How about that? I listen to Brian McKnight. We might get back to him too. I got a story. Ooh, heck, I might listen to. It depends, but. I'm listening to Drake. Now, will I listen to Kendrick? I will, but he's not going to be on long. I'm going to get to DNA, Be Humble. I'm going to get through all the stuff, y'all.
Drake said he trying to free the slaves.
He trying to free the slaves. We ain't trying to hear that. He still trying to free the slaves. Like, I don't like that part. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Kendrick. It's over, man. Come on. Anyway, Drake and Kendrick, man, who you got? Anyway, can I do one more out of pocket?
Yes, sir.
No, I'm sorry. I said one more. I'm sorry. One more of the hot. Edit.
Yes, sir.
This is live. Listen, we're gonna do one more. The hots. Katt Williams had a special on Netflix. You know what I mean? And I thought I saw it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest, it was more so. It was kind of mid to me, but he had some big jokes, some really nice jokes in there where you're going to laugh. You know, it's Katt Williams. Who's not going to laugh? You're going to laugh at his style. You're going to laugh at his voice, his dynamics, and how he does things. And I'm watching all that. You know what I mean? And one thing Dave Chappelle said, and it was a great advice that he gave to all comedians, and someone actually gave it to him. He said, when it comes down to comedy, you don't have to be funny all the time, but all the time you have to be interesting. And that's one of the arts of being a great comedian. You have to be interesting all the time. And he was interesting. I will say that. Now, if you're looking for to grab your stomach and we crying and all that stuff, you gotta go see Corey Holcomb live. I should have never said that. Corey, what's up, Corey? What's up, Corey? You already know. 5150. That's right. I can say a lot of stuff about him. But anyway, that he's gut busting. Him, Tony Roberts, gut busting. I know all the top comedians. But anyway, Katt Williams was interesting. Okay, so I really, really liked the show. He ended it great. You know.
What do you think when he said the joke about Jamie Foxx?
Woo! He says, he said something about Jamie Foxx.
The mystery.
The mystery illness. And then they healed it overnight. So, I miss Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is one of my favorite comedians. The quadruple threat. You know what I mean? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, whatever. He's quadruple threat, and we miss him. I'm gonna be honest, we miss Jamie Foxx. I haven't seen Jamie Foxx, and I don't know what he got anything coming up, but since the incident and the disappearance and him showing on the scenes, in and out, Flash, and now you just see Flash. Was that Jamie Foxx? I was in the mall. I just seen Jamie Foxx. That's how I be loud. You like, was it? You know what, Jamie Foxx? It might have been. You know what I mean? But that's how fans can we see him like, where's he at? You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, you know what I mean, we're gonna go ahead and say something positive about my boy, but. To answer your question, Cam, I love the joke. It was dope. And let me tell you, and even if Jamie Foxx is a true comedian, which he is, he's going to love the joke too. And guess what? Katt Williams, you better watch out because Jamie Foxx is the real deal. And he's going to remember, he's going to come back on your ass. You know what I mean? Pause. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was the hots, man. All right, Cam. We get through it, man.
Rolling, boy. You're rolling.
Man, I feel good, man.
No, you always wait to do it by yourself.
I feel good, man. And you know what? It was just, we be flowing and stuff. You like having somebody, hey, how you doing? But, I ain't doing too much of that now, man. So, right now, we're going through the hot. So, I said at the beginning that we'll talk about a few things real quick. And we got to have some thorough, can I say that? Can I say meat?
What?
Wow, Cam. I'm trying to, come on, man. I'm trying to give y'all something healthy. Anyway, so again, I want to give y'all a couple points, man. Talk about mindset, go, and what is the mindset mentality elevating your life. So a lot of people come to me that sat in my chair and got good news, good word, and good things that's going to help them because I believe that we are to be productive in life and help people be productive. And let me tell you something, you don't want to be at the top of the mountain by yourself. It's lonely at the top. You know what I mean? You want people up there with you, and you want to bring some people up because people want better in life, and that's where we are right now. now. I think we need a lot of greatness and a lot of positivity on the good note. You know what I mean? So people come to me and ask me all the time about how to get from A to B and where I'm trying to go. Number one, man, that I think that's important to me is that you're gonna have to eliminate all your limitations.
Interesting.
Yes, you're going to have to eliminate all your limitations. And how do you do that? You have to calm down. You have to look around and see what's stopping you from advancing. And a lot of times, man, it really starts in the mirror. It starts with you looking at yourself and realizing that, listen, I'm tired of being where I'm at and I want better and I want to do better. I want to be able to advance. I want the things that I have. Once you get to that mindset where you really want it, and I say this, not only want it, but knowing what you want. One thing about people, they say, well, I know what I want, but it's not something that you say. You just don't say it. It's something that you have to put in your actions. You know what I mean? Knowing what you want is going after it and putting action to knowing what you want is what makes it become into a fruition. So number one, you got to eliminate all your limitations. What is stopping you? It could be something simple. Like it could be your health. You know what I mean? And I always tell people the most important thing in your life is your health. You know what I mean? So taking care of yourself. One thing I decided to do is try to eat better. For those who watch my Instagram, I'm a foodie. Let me tell you something. I'm a foodie, and I'll be lying to y'all if I sit here and tell y'all that I love working out. No, I work out so I can eat whatever I want. Keep in mind, heck yeah, I gotta be real with those. It's Cuts Convo And Coffee. Welcome to the barbershop. Listen, I work out so I can eat, y'all. Y'all don't know. And I love eating good food so much that I'm gonna go out here on this track. I'm gonna run these 3 miles. Now, what I do is I look at certain foods that I might like, because I like a good cheesesteak. You know what I mean? I like pasta. So I'll look at the calories and see, you know, what the calories they carry. But I'll try to measure off and say, okay, well, if I do 45 minutes on this track, that's gonna knock off 700 calories, just so you know. So now I can go ahead and, you know what I mean? So the main thing to do with being healthy is that you just got to start. You just got to start. And it's not even no strenuous stuff. The thing about healthy is that you got to start walking 30 minutes a day. Make your heart strong. So I don't want to do harp on too much on health as far as that. I just want you guys to know that it's very important for you to be healthy because you want to be around. You know what I mean? Damn all the dreams and stuff if you can't achieve them because you're not healthy. The number one important thing in life is your health. Do not get it twisted. I don't care what your pastor told you. Number one thing in life is your health. Well, Jesus, listen, you better get healthy. Let me tell you something. Tell Jesus bring you a salad, son. Tell Jesus get you a little smoothie, whatever. You can be in the room. So anyway, but your health, number one, your health. And of course, eliminate all your limitations, whatever stopping you. And it could be you. It could be people around you. It could be company you keep. It could be places you go. Wherever it is that's stopping you from getting where you need to go, and that's achieving your dreams. You cannot allow that to stop you. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. Life is a canvas. You know what I mean? And what I learned as I got older, being conscious and meditating and really thinking about my life, you know, because sometimes you just get to a point where by yourself where, you know what, I want difference. I want things to change. I want to do something different. And I started feeling like, you know, I want to go forward. And I started to realize that life is a canvas. You know what I mean? I'm not responsible, or you're not responsible how you got here, but you are responsible for how you leave here. And I'm not talking about definitely like that. I'm just talking about the condition that you're in before you leave here. You know what I mean? So you are responsible for that, because I grew up without a father. You know what I mean? I knew my father, but he came into my life later on in life and all that. So a lot of you got single mothers, single dads, whoever took care of you, grew up in the projects, grew up in poverty, grew up in a lot of stuff, and you can't control that. Grew up without not even knowing your parents. Grew up in circumstances that you had nothing to do with you, and that's not your fault. And I get that because I've been there, you know. But it has everything to do with what you are becoming and what you decide to be as you get older. You know what I mean? Then, you know, it becomes your fault and shit. You know?
That's good stuff.
You know what I mean? It's real stuff. You know what I mean? So, yes, it's not your fault how you got here, but it's every bit of your responsibility of how you go out of here. You know what I mean? So make sure you take some personal responsibility in that. And again, you want to know what you want. You want to know where you're trying to go and things. And how you do that, you realize that, again, life is a canvas. You get to paint it the way that you want to do it. And a lot of people don't know that, Hakim. They don't know that. You don't know. You are this driver behind this. You know what I mean?
Well, look, I know it's not the Ask DReed segment yet.
But we cool.
But I have a question.
Sure, I'm going ahead, Hakim. You know we're going to do this.
The unexamined life isn't worth living. Socrates.
Ooh.
Process that.
The unexamined life is not worth living. Wow. That's just like you're just floating. That's just like you're floating and going. You're not stopping. You're not realizing. You're not living in the moment. You're not living present. You're not doing these things. You're not examining. I'm gonna be honest. You're going to get to the point where your life and you're like, well, dang, I ain't going nowhere because I'm doing the same thing, which I already know that's insanity. Practicing doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome, and that's not the way to go. Mindset go. I call it mindset go because mind is where we start at. It's kind of like ready, set, go. Someone you're doing a race, someone say, hey, ready, set, go. No, I took out ready and put mind there because mind is where it starts at. And always remember that you're not your mind. You're not your mind. This is a tool that you use and you need it when you need to pick it up and you use that. You know what I mean? Who you are is who you are as a person. So you want to do better, with yourself. You want to achieve your goal, eliminate your limitation, know what you want, and not just say it, go after it and go ahead and do it. So that's to get the ball rolling, Cam. That's to get the ball rolling. We'll still jump into a couple other segments, stuff like that. And then after you do that, man, I was telling someone the other day, they said, well, Derek, how do you start? I said, well, it's kind of like building a house. You know what I mean? And I probably quote this guy again, Will Smith. I think I read his book, and his dad used to have them build walls and stuff like that. They used to build walls in Philly and stuff like that. And every day, him and his brother will come out and build this wall. They don't know why they build the wall, but Dad was actually trying to develop some type of discipline, though. And I don't know if his story has something to do with what I'm going to say, other than they had built a brick wall. But that's just how life is. You got to start with one brick. You got to start with brick. You got to place that one brick. It has to be on a solid foundation. One thing my dad did say is that you can't build a castle on quicksand. You know what I mean? So you want to have a good solid foundation, and you start building that first level of bricks. One thing, the bricks that I used to use, and I started with effort. I wanted to start, you know what I mean? That was one of my bricks. You're going to have to make an effort. You're going to have to. If you want better, again, it's not something you just say out your mouth. You'll show it through your action. For me, I could just say, I just want to. Want to be slim. I want to take care of myself. I want to be healthy. Yeah, I could sit there and thought about that, but that energy that it took to do that, I used that energy to pack my bag and put my shorts on and go out to the track. I use that energy for that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we all get in trouble when we start thinking. The problem is we start thinking. We think a lot, and that's energy to think. Well, that same energy, you could be packing your bag. You could be going downstairs making you a protein shake. You could be doing some jumping jacks. You could be doing anything to get yourself healthy. Yeah, now I'm saying this because it's so important, because all the stuff that I'm telling you to educate you on how to get the bag or how to grow, how to be successful, that don't mean shit when it comes down to your health. If your health ain't right, it don't matter. Am I right here? It don't matter.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So Mindset Go is about you taking care of you. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, all you got is you. You came in here naked and you're going to leave here naked. I don't care who you with, who around you, who may be stopping you. At the end of the day, you're going to have to look in the mirror and say, I got to make me happy, and I got to do things for myself. Am I right here, Cam?
Yeah, I like that, dude.
Man, I'm trying to tell them, man. That's how we're going to do. Listen, man, we're going to get back into this real quick. You just tuned in to Cuts Convo and Coffee, man. We're going to open up the Pandora box, man. We already did it. You know what I mean? So we got a couple more segments to get into real quick. And Cam, if you don't mind, can we jump into another segment right quick?
Hey, man, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Out of Pocket, man. Oh, we snapping. Yeah. And we're going to get back there. Listen, if you're just tuning in to Cuts Convo and Coffee, you already missed the hots, but you can go back and rewind, go back to the hots and see what we talked about. But if you just tuned in, make sure you go ahead and push that subscribe button. Let everybody know you're watching the show. We are in our segment number 2, and this is called Out of Pocket. Cam, this is where I get to talk about people that went a little left, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And maybe some of y'all opinion too. They might went left. And it's kind of a piggyback on what we did last week, because it's the Brian McKnight story that just keep coming up. So
he's back.
Yeah, it's not really Brian, but now people are getting the wind of it. You know what I mean? Ricky Smiley. You see Ricky Smiley?
No. Again? Ricky?
Yeah. Ricky Smiley came in, and I ain't saying, I love Ricky. I love you, a fellow comedian. I love Ricky Smiley. I know where he comes. He's real religious. You know what I mean? He's real Jesus. You know what I mean? He's a Jesus. This is his boy. You know what I mean? So I ain't saying nothing wrong with that. So don't be writing me email. But anyway, he's a Jesus freak. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's cool. We love Jesus. You know, they gave him to us, and we got him. You know what I mean? Anyway, what you mean by that? You know what I mean by that.
The son of our jailer.
Yeah, I see Jesus walked on water, man. Hear me? Anyway, that what he say. Anyway, Ricky Smiley came on in defending Brian McKnight's sons. If y'all don't know, Brian McKnight back and forth with a situation with his kids and stuff like that. And have Kim, I don't know, me and you talked before, and I think I went through the story of what happened and stuff like that. Trust me, it's a lot of variables in this story. And Ricky was coming in defense of, nobody need to tell, because, into Ricky's defense, let me say that because he went through a trauma situation with losing his own son. So in respect to you and love and all that stuff to you, bro, because I'm sure that no one can compare to what that can feel like to losing a child. That just, and it's not supposed to happen. We say all the time, we supposed to, they supposed to bury us, you know what I mean? And it's a different situation when you bury your kids. So respect to you and all that. So maybe he came from that. Was saying that he came from an aspect of, nah, you can't just say anything about your kids, man. They could be gone, and all that stuff. So he came in to defend and offer help to Brian McKnight's sons. You know what I mean? Only thing I felt about it is that they grown ass men. They grown ass men with kids, y'all. You know what I mean? Because I just got a problem, man. And this is me. I got a problem with people saying these kids when it's grown men. I got a problem with a lot of you ladies, and I get it, mommies and all that. And no disrespect to none of y'all, but I got a problem with saying that's my child. Yeah, your child 35. Like even my mom do that to me though. So I know a lot of women do that. My mom, that's my twin. Me and my brother are twin. They all still my babies. Mom, I'm 50. But I never have her thing, I never have her thing. But for the most part, I just have a problem with people saying child and giving people these excuses. No, they're grown men, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's right that Brian McKnight put it in the news. I don't think it's what you do, it's how you do it, you know what I mean? And I think that he thought things was going to be all good, by posting certain things of his new family. And I think a lot of people just came off and didn't, they didn't like it because he didn't acknowledge his own kids. And then it turned into a little war because now you got the comments. I didn't even read comments until maybe about a year. I didn't go to comments. You know what I mean? Something that women, you got to go to the comments. I didn't even know nothing about comments.
What were they saying?
Oh, they was just going on, man. How you going to neglect your kids, and how you going to disown your kids? You name the new baby this, and you already got a son named Brian and all that stuff. But they don't know what Brian been through with these kids. Man, I'm not justifying what he said. The one thing I did say, and don't forget, y'all go back to check the other show. We gave Brian out of pocket because Brian, you know better, man. You know better to put this stuff out there. You gotta keep family situation and personal situations personal. And that's just my advice to you because you already know what can happen. Now, I'm sure Brian's still a good brother. I know he's a good brother. Number one, he's a good, talented dude, gifted. You know what I mean? Wrote some a prolific songwriter. You know what I mean? But right now, they are trying to cancel my boy. You know what I mean? And Ricky was on there talking about his son, and then Tyrese came on there.
No.
Tyrese came on there with the other side of, hold up, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't know, man. These kids can do some stuff. And Tyrese, you all right. You know what I mean? You are right. And I'm gonna tell you why this is on out of pocket too. So, but Tyrese right, man. Sometimes you can go through something with kids that you never thought you would go through. But let me tell you what I live by. Y'all ready for this? Blood makes us blood makes. Let me go. Let's say it again. Blood makes us relatives, right? But blood, no. But first it makes a lawyer. I'm gonna mess it all up. We gotta do it again. So listen. So let me tell you. They said blood makes us related, but loyalty makes us family. All right, so we got that. Okay, we got it there. Okay, so let me
say, blood is thicker than water,
but water
tastes better.
Yo, if we keep that in there, people gonna be like, "Yo, man, he couldn't even get it." So you're right, man. Blood just makes us related.
That means we don't believe in none of it.
Oh my God. Anyway, but loyalty makes us family, man. So yeah, I stick by that. I have to stick by that because let me tell you something. Sometimes you got some relatives that can actually act like foes or enemies and become like, no, I have to cut you off. I have to. You're not going to affect my life. You know what I mean? Again, you got to look out for you first. You have to self-preservation. You got to look out for yourself first. So with that being said, why are they on out of pocket? I think Ricky Smiley's on out of pocket simply because Ricky, you got to mind your damn business, and for that, my brother, you out of pocket. He got to mind his business. You know what I mean?
I don't know, DReed.
You don't know? He got to mind his business, man.
Ricky Smiley's a good father.
He is. So he took it to the heart. We can elaborate some more. He took it to, and I get that. I understand that, and I understand his situation. You know what I mean? But you can't come on here talking about these little boys like they kids, man. They're not kids. They're not under 19. These kids 30, bro, with wives and kids. These kids got kids.
What you think Katt Williams would say?
Oh my God! Man, you know you gonna say, man, after kids. Listen, man. Hey, you know what I'm I wouldn't say that about my own kids, nor I would put my kids out there on some more personal stuff. And of course, everybody go through the same thing, y'all, just so y'all know, but they just go at different times. You know what I mean? So me personally, I would never say anything about, you know, my kids or bring up some personal stuff, even if we were dealing with stuff. Because we all gonna deal with it, right? We all gonna deal with it because they gotta grow, they gotta learn. Especially if you got some kids that's 19, 20, and they going through their mistake years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mom used to say they smell their own piss. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
wow.
My mom used to say that shit.
Steve Harvey did it.
Steve Harvey did it. Yes.
Teddy Riley did it.
Teddy Riley. What? Don't
His
do
daughter.
it. Don't do it. Haircat, don't do it. Don't do it. I see you coming, Haircat. I see you.
Shout out to Wanya.
Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my God. I might even need that. I done threw that away. I might even need it back. No, we good. Oh, my God. There's a lot going on with these kids, man. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's out of pocket, man. Listen, man, if you just tuned in to Cuts Convo and Coffee, we about 7 after hour. We rocking out, man. We still got a segment to go and everything, man.
Yes, sir.
So, and you know what? Did I got it on here? Make sure I put it on here. Oh, wow, we got it. Everything's on here. Wow. Anyway, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Out of Pocket. And again, thank you for watching Cuts Convo and Coffee. If you just tuned in, man, make sure you go ahead and push that subscribe button. Let everybody know you're watching the boy Topshelf D.reed, along with my producer, my guy behind the half amazing, Tim Fontaine is still here. Hey, yo, I'm starting to like this first of the month. I like this.
I see.
Yes, man.
You've been here since 3 a.m. working on it?
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Wow. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So this is what we do, man. We do our little warm-up and stuff in the beginning of the show and all that stuff and our pre-show. Again, I go on live. And usually we have a lot of guests on here and stuff like that. And I appreciate the guests. But every now and then, once a month, me and Head can't say, hey, no more guests. Chill, y'all. We're gonna have y'all come on here. Chill. Me and Topshelf got to come on here and bust it up, man. Talk about some real stuff. So let's get back to the mindset, man. And mindset. Another thing. We already got the limitations out the way, knowing what you want, building it brick by brick. Go ahead, Cam. What we
Hey,
got?
DReed, speaking of mindset go,
I'm listening.
I had heard something the other day.
I'm listening.
What someone said, would you follow yourself?
Would I follow myself? Oh, wow, I never heard nobody say that before. Wow. What I follow myself. And they talking about external. If it was another me. They're not saying what I follow myself or in conscious. You know what I mean? I get it. I would say yes. I love myself. I do. My daughter said, I love being me. I do. I'm not perfect by a long shot, and I don't proclaim to be, and I don't even try to be. Do I speak a lot of positive? Yes, but I'm not ignorant to the fact that I don't realize that we don't need no negative. We need some type of negative. Negative don't mean bad. Do I need to explain that on here too? Oh, okay. Do I need to? Here. But anyway, yeah, so I try to be positive, try to speak life into people. And you know what? One thing about being a barber, hence Cuts Convo and Coffee, it builds character. So what happened was I got to see every walk of life. I seen people struggling. I see the mom coming there with no father for a child or struggling and might need to hook up on a haircut. I seen it happen on the other, where a guy come in and say, hey, Derek, I ain't really got no money, and can you help me out? It might be a loyal person or whatever. I'm going to help you out anyway. But I seen all walks of life. I seen millionaires coming to my shop too. You know what I mean? So that got little problems and stuff that you wouldn't think they would have. So I've seen every walk of life from someone that's struggling in the projects and all the way up to the penthouse. You know what I mean? And beyond. You know what I mean? And celebrity. So I seen it, yo. I seen all walks of life, and it built character. So I have a reverence and a respect for people that we all are different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we all got the same wants and needs, you know what I mean? We got the same wants, you know what I mean? Everybody just want to live a good quality of life, you know what I mean? Hence why I wrote Mindset Go, because I want to share that quality of life. Do I have it all together? Hell no. Do I got mistakes about me that, are things I need to work on? Yes. That's just part of life. It's part of evolution. It's part of growing. It's part of learning, you know what I mean? A lot of people, they take L's and stuff like that, but to me, it's not an L for a loss, it's L for a lesson, you know what I mean? So that makes a difference, you know what I mean? We're gonna have some good days, we're gonna have some bad days, and shout out to you guys that have been watching all the reels too, before I get right to my next the reels, man. And it's like we posted like 2 reels that went viral. That's crazy right now. And we were talking about family life and fatherhood, you know what I mean? And even relationships. So I see that you guys want to hear more of that type of stuff, so I'll start spitting more stuff.
Yeah,
like
he was on the Father's Coach podcast.
Father's Coach podcast. Shout out to Mr. Kevin Kelly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, somebody else's podcast was on.
Oh yeah,
Deeper Things. Mr. Rosalind Harper. So
it went viral on both.
So it went viral on both of them segments, and now I really appreciate you guys for supporting and share. Have Cam hit me up this morning. Say, yo, you got like 200 shares. Like, wow, you know what I mean? So, and I feel good about that because it's something that was enlightening, that's something that was positive on the good note, you know what I mean? That people share because, you know, bad news and negativity, it spreads like wildfire, you know what I mean? It really does. And you're just so grateful just to see something like that to go viral and see people that really take into what you said. Now, you got a couple knuckleheads on there. Oh man, why you trying to tell the kids to why you trying to tell the kid they need to put out the house, they need to put it? I never said that. I said the first thing I said is giving your kids too many choices. I didn't say don't give your kids choices. Yeah, you gotta give your kids choices. You gotta see if they're able to make certain choices. So you gotta test them. You know, but what I'm saying is giving them too many choices. You know what? You realize that when you are a parent, you are the authority for a reason. And I said that because there is no business, a job, a service if you're in the army or school, wherever you work for, right? You're under their umbrella and they tell you what to do. Period. It's nothing else beyond that. Oh, they tell you get here at 9, you get off at 5. You take your lunch at this time. And you don't wear that and you wear this. You don't say that, you say this. And you come in here and do this and you got to be at this meeting. And they tell you, what choices do you have in the army? What choices do you have at work? Other than that, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. It's certain stuff you can go choose what you want to eat for lunch. You know what I mean? Or you're going to choose that what time you're going to take lunch. But guess what? You ain't going to say you're going to take 2 hours when that lunch is only supposed to be an hour. Am I right? Am I right? Sir. Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make is that it's a lot of businesses, companies, organizations that have a system and policies and they run the show. You know what I mean? Why our parents are not running the show? You're going to have to run the show. You know what I mean? It's certain stuff that you're going to have to do or certain stuff that you're going to have to see into your children that they don't even see because their mind is not developed yet. And I'm not never, ever, ever saying to put your kids out. But I'm saying put your grown-ass kids out. That's what I'm saying. Because they're grown. Because they're grown. You know what I mean? When adults, like able to drink, able to do a lot of things.
Pay taxes.
They're grown. And they're playing Xbox in the other room. And we're bringing chicks home. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cuts Convo And Coffee. Man, listen, man, it's 13 after the hour. Ken, we got a couple more minutes left, man. So I still got to connect one of these points I got as far as mindset goes. Is that cool?
Man, let's do it.
Let's go. Look, a lot of you guys are trying to make it. And let me tell you one of the things really holding you back. And I already talked about the other stuff that could be holding you back, that's limiting you. But it's comfort. A lot of you like to be comfortable. And let me tell you something. You're trying to be successful. You're trying to make it in life. You cannot be comfortable. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Am I right? You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable because it's going to cause you to stretch. It's going to cause you to pull. It's going to cause you to reach. It's going to cause you to grow. It's going to cause you to cut things off. You know, all the things that happens when you're even trying to build a muscle in the gym. You know, when you build a muscle, you can't just keep lifting 5 pounds. You got to put more weight on it. And then you got to stretch and you got to pull and you got to lift. You got to go heavy. And that's what happens. It becomes uncomfortable. It becomes painful when you're lifting. But guess what? It's going to cause your muscles to grow. And let me tell you something. A lot of you won't grow because you just love comfort. You're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to break out of the norm. You're going to have to stop doing the same bullshit that you've been doing all your life that's not getting you nowhere, and you're sitting there telling everybody you want to be somewhere. Nah, you're not going to get nowhere because you're too comfortable. So you're going to have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Am I right here, Cam? Listen, man, and that's one of the things that hold a lot of people back. And I'm telling you, man, it's not. And that's not even a bad thing because it's only uncomfortable for a certain period of time. And after you get used to the system of what you're doing and growing, and you may end up liking it. You know, even with the healthy part, you may like a salad. You know, after a while, it's kind of cool. You may like working out. You know what? I'm looking. You start going in that mirror, start looking at yourself. Say, I'm getting rid of this little dad bod. You know what I mean? That's me here. That's me.
You may like paying your rent on time.
You make like paying. How about that? You might, let me tell you something. As far as the bag, man, and everybody wants the bag, and I get it. You want the bag, and you should want the bag because a lot of people out here getting the bag, and there's a lot of bags out here. Trust when I tell you, it's more money out here than you would even know. And then guess what? They giving it to people for doing stupid stuff. So why can't you come up with something good or even do something stupid to get some money? I'm talking about not stupid in a bad way, but something stupid like, to me, just playing a damn video game. If you're going to be home playing a video game, be the best at it. Like, because they are getting paid, right? There's some cats up there getting millions of dollars doing some stuff or posting up on Instagram and stuff like that. So comfort, man. Comfort kills, man. So I want you to grow. I don't want you to live. So comfort kills. So make sure you also write that down. You're writing a little comfort. Also fear. It's a big one. It's a fear. Get over fear. Fear, man. They said fear is an acronym for false evidence appearing real. Did you hear that?
Wow.
False evidence. I heard that before. I thought it was great. I don't know if it's true. People say that, but
they say the things you fear the most You already experienced them.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow. You know what? And you know what? And I'm glad you said that. And I probably threw it away in it, but it just brought it to my memory. So fear, man, fear can hold you back from everything. Fear of everything. And I noticed the older I got, man, I was in my 40s, getting older, I started getting rid of my filter. So I used to have fear of saying certain things or doing about maybe offending somebody. But let me tell you something. What I come to realize that I refuse to set my ass on fire to keep your ass warm. Let me say that again.
Mm-hmm.
You got to refuse to set yourself on fire to keep other warm. That's right, heck. That's right. To keep them warm. And I'm telling you, a lot of us do that. We neglect ourselves to keep other people warm when we know we don't want this, when we know we deserve better, and we know this, but we're so fearful. And fear will stop you from doing a lot of things, man. But one thing Will Smith did say, I like Will Smith, man. I'm glad he's back, you know what I mean, after all the stuff he went through. He said, God placed the greatest things in life on the other side of fear. And I was like, you know, every time I think about that, or every time I get fearful, I say, well, must be something great on the other side, you know. So thank you, Will Smith, for that, man. We're going to bring your barber on soon. Not you, Will. We good with you. You're on enough shows. We need your barber. And that's my boy. I'm going to hit him back on. I'm going to hit him on Instagram. So anyway, but yes, on the other side of fear, man, is the greatest things in life. And a lot of times we get comfortable, we get fearful, and we can't achieve our goals because of that. But what I realized is that the biggest risk in life is not taking a risk. And I'm telling you, if you want to go to the next level, you're going to have to take a risk. You're going to have to go to the next level by doing things that a little bit uncomfortable, new to you, foreign to you, out of your character, out of something. Well, it may not even be out of your character here. It may be something that's in you that you already, nobody just knew. Sometimes people are like, oh, I didn't know you were getting that. Because I just never showed you. You know, I was scared to show you who I really was. I was scared to be honest with you because I couldn't be honest with myself. And that's what happens a lot. You know what I mean? So I want you to be honest with yourself. I want you to win. One thing about me growing up in the projects, I just felt like I wanted to win because I knew it was possible. I knew that I didn't have to live in this construct of that, you know, was handed to me through my mom and them. You know what I mean? And my mom was great. She did the best she had, the best she could for what she had, you know, in the projects. But I got up other projects, man. You hear me? Heck yeah, I got up other projects I want to win. And those who do there, or those that are still there, you can get out too. I don't care where you are. I travel across the world now. I've been to Africa and I've seen stuff where I don't even talk about my life in the projects because I've seen stuff that's even worse than that you don't even know. I thought I grew up tough until I went to Africa. You know what I mean? So I said to say this, you can win, man. Stop getting so comfortable and get over fear, man. Yeah, that's the mindset mentality.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Heck, Kim, it's 19. What in the world? Our time is getting away from us, man.
Hey, that's because you're here by yourself.
Oh my gosh,
know
man.
What happens.
I feel so bad. I wanted to keep going, man, but I can't keep going because it's time for another segment, man.
Really?
Just ask DReed. Listen, this came from RC. What advice do you have for someone interested in starting their own podcast? Really? Wow. I think it's a great question. I really do. I think it's a great question. And I'm going to tell you why it's a great question, because right now, everybody and their mom and their dog got podcasts. You know what I mean? I think you should just start. If you got a podcast, you should just start and not be discouraged by so many people that have podcasts. And the reason why I said that, I used the analogy of traffic jam. You know, everybody else in traffic going to work. It's a lot of traffic out there, a lot of traffic. But people are going to look at that Ferrari. People are going to look at that Bentley. I don't care how much traffic out there. Something nice rolled by. We're going to pay attention to it. So make sure you're going to do something nice. And I don't mean just good. I'm just saying something that's unique. So I'm going to be honest. Your perspective is going to be unique. You know, everyone may say or may mention the same topics, but they're not going to have the same perspective as me. They're not going to say the same things or see it another way as you. You know what I mean? So I want you to go ahead and start. But one more important thing that I have to tell you, that having a podcast is time consuming and it's going to take a lot of work and dedication. That's why if it's something that you're going to do, make sure you love it. You got to love doing the podcast. Me and Head Cam love hanging with each other. We love doing business together, and we love the podcast. Even after the show and before the show, we may even sit here for a little while and just sit back and gaze over the show and what we did right and what we did wrong or what we could do better. But let me tell you something. It's not all just fun and games. This is the work. And I'm going to be honest, it's like that all the time with entertainment anyway and stuff like that. Even the artists, you know, you see them on stage, they enjoying stuff, they're having a ball. But what you're not doing, what you're not seeing is them in sweatpants and sweating with their dancers, the band, and they're doing it over and over again 100,000 times. You know what I mean? Because it always looked like that when we see the finished product. You know, that's why people don't like the process. You know what I mean? There's, oh, I know it's going to be all that. Yes, you got to get up 3 a.m. Yes. You got it. You know, I'm not saying that about the podcast, but I thought it was a great question. Thank you, RC. I appreciate that. And for all the people that are watching, if you send a question, we choose a question just like we chose RC, you get a t-shirt, man. You get a Cuts Convo and Coffee t-shirt from your boy, Topshelf D.reed. How about that, man? That's cool. So thank you for your question, man. We appreciate that, man. But yeah, start your podcast. Don't wait. Start it now. We want to hear your perspective. We want to hear your vision. We want to hear your ideas, man. That's what's up. So, hey, Cam, man, we are just about near the end of the show. Oh, my gosh.
Yes, sir.
Listen, if you're watching this show, and we're going to need you to push subscribe and all that. But guess what?
Did you say subscribe?
Subscribe. Tell them what's going to happen, Cam. Tell them right now. Tell them. I want to hear it. That's right. Yes. My daughters like when I say that. It's like, yeah, you can say it. I would say yes, Kayla. Anyway, I can't say yes. She can't say that. But anyway, if you're watching the show, we always tell you to go ahead, make sure you push subscribe. Why? Because we want you to follow the show. And anytime we post up a show, you get a notification. Let everybody know that your boy Top Shelf is on with his boy Half Amazing. We are on the show with Cuts Convo and Coffee, spitting that truth, spitting that knowledge and all that, and having a great time doing it. So if you just happen to be 1,000 subscribers, as you can see already, you're going to get $1,000 from your boy. Yes. Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, however you want it. It doesn't matter to me. Cash. If you're local, I'll give it to you cash.
No, sir.
No, sir?
No, you can't just meet people.
I might have it
$1,000.
Yeah, you know what? It's a different time, Cam. You might see that's why you need two minds. You know what I mean? They're like batteries. They're stronger and stronger. And I need him to say that. That's right. No, you're getting cash. Get the cash. But any event, if you're 1,000 subscriber, you would get $1,000 from Cuts Convo and Coffee.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Cam, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I am feeling good, man. We done wrapped up the show.
Yes,
I want to
sir.
thank each and every one of y'all for watching the show, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. It's been a heck of a time. I hope y'all got something out of the Mindset Go. But if you didn't, go on the book right now. Go on the book or go grab a book from Amazon. I got it in paperback. I got it on Kindle. And guess what? The audio is out for those who are lazy and just want to listen to the audio, don't want to read. Some people are like reading. Some people like to listen to the audio. But in any event, it's on all platforms on Amazon. You yourself can have Cuts Convo Coffee. And you know what? Hit me up. I might even make a signed copy. Is it a signed copy? Who knows? We done signed so many copies. Anyway, Mindset Go. So hope you guys got something out of today's show with the Mindset Go mentality. My name is Derek Topshelf D.reed. You can catch me out on Instagram on Topshelf Reed. You can catch me out on TikTok, Mindset Go, and Mindset Go, DerekDreed.com. And of course, catch me on YouTube. Cam, we good? Oh, the
Yes,
t-shirt?
sir.
The t-shirt? What we got? It was something else? The glasses?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, I love them, man. This is what we're going to do. We're going to rock these out, too, matter of fact. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the show. Make sure you hit me up on DerekDreed.com, man. And me and Cam will be coming to a town near you, shooting a podcast. We're in Orlando soon. We'll set the dates. And we're also in Atlanta soon. Hey, I can't wait to see y'all. You
Yes,
already
sir.
know. Anything else, Cam?
That's it.
Hey, man, you know what they say. Most people say when things get right, I make a move. But the reality is things get right when you make a move. It's the boy Topshelf D.reed. Thank you for joining me. I'll see y'all next time on Cuts Convo and Coffee, man. Let's go. Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the boy Topshelf D.reed. Just want to thank you all for watching this show and supporting this show. Make sure you don't forget to go on YouTube and push like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time. Thank you.
Fontaine, got